The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, is proudly brought to you by ZNet, Australia's premier ISP for all of your high-speed home and business internet needs.
Actually haven't even opened the lid of my laptop. Hello and welcome to The Buzz. Yes, we're back again and it's great to have your company. Joining me as always on set is at Cooksphere, otherwise known as Paul Cook. Hi Paul.
Hello, that's me. My name's at Cooksphere and it's lovely to be back for season 28.
Well, it's not quite season 28, but Candice Barnes joins us again at Candice Barnes. Hi Candice.
Add Candice_Barnes if you don't mind. Got to add the little underscore in there, otherwise you're going to get some random, but that's fine. We also have someone else here, but you can't see them. And that's ZNet, who've come on board as a sponsor, so thanks. I'm pretty sure that, you know, given ZNet rolls off the tongue so beautifully, it's probably the song that angels sing in heaven. So shout out to the sponsor.
Well done, Candice. Yes, we're underway again with another season. We'd like your company, and you can join us simply by jumping on Twitter or on Facebook. Just use hashtag #TheBuzz if you'd like to join us, and we'll read out some of your tweets this evening as well. And in the future, well, perhaps from next week, we'll try some Google Hangouts as well. We'll see how they go. Paul, I reckon we should just get underway this evening.
Absolutely, Jason. I've been waiting for you to cut the crap and just get to business.
All right then. Well, the first thing we wanted to talk about this evening is, in fact, face beef. Now, you may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it. Check this out.
It's just like anything, if you sit in silence, nothing's going to be done.
Wait a minute, isn't that the same girl who appeared on A Current Affair late last year? Now this Jasmine Frost girl is clearly a psycho. She must have some kind of weird obsession with us. A whole internet of stalkers? This bitch is fucking crazy.
Oh, hey Nebs.
Oh, hey Jasmine. What? Wait a second.
That's right. Today tonight actually believed this.
I received lots of pictures of penises of the fans, I believe.
And all it took was an email entitled Tristan Barker's cyberbullied me. And then a 3-minute phone call to convince one of the most watched and believed news programs in Australia that I was a poor, bullied girl. When in reality, I'm a member of the Face Beef team and have been so for the better part of a year.
The face beef dude, which you'll know that Candice actually finds very attractive.
Very attractive, but an absolute scumbag. I mean, Today Tonight is fair game. Like, I'll give him that. That's fine. But to troll, and I'm sure that not all of them are doing this, but to troll Facebook pages and tribute pages for people who've died or lost children, there is nothing funny about that. Like, there is no way that I could ever excuse that. Though Today Tonight, you're fair game. That's fine.
See, and this is the thing, but it's like trolling something that's too easy to troll. Go and do, if you're really going to spend all that time and manpower and get 1,000 people following you, go and do something interesting, go and do something compelling. I don't know, and maybe another Coney 2012 kind of project, but this time maybe with some better research. Instead of, you know, just trolling Today Tonight.
I think it's a great idea.
It's
Look,
like,
I will admit,
nicking up 9 doors, really?
Well, like Candice says, you know, it's not good when you're doing things to people's grieving pages, but certainly taking the piss out of Today Tonight, I'm a big fan. I think that's a good thing to do. All right, let's move right along. Rodriguez, have you ever heard of him?
Oh, well, I have now, I can tell you.
Right,
I hadn't before, but now.
Rodriguez, as far as we can tell, I'll just bring up some YouTube here, is kind of a funky Hispanic Bob Dylan.
He looks a little like Carlos Santana, but with a taller hat.
A taller hat?
Well, you have a look at his hat. His hat there.
That is a
very
tall hat.
tall.
I did listen to some of his stuff earlier on today, and I have to admit it was...
Swinging?
Yeah, it was a bit swinging.
Very popular man.
But they're trying to get him to Perth, which can't be a bad thing.
Well, this is where social media is really kind of coming into its own with these grassroots movements, the same as the Bring Bruce Springsteen
Well, that
to
didn't
Perth.
work.
Well, they don't work. I mean, they're a load of crap, but I mean, they're great publicity for the stars, and I guess maybe every now and again we can convince them to come, which is probably, you know, means it's worthwhile doing.
All right.
Rodriguez guy, like, of course he's talented and all that kind of thing, but Rodriguez, the surname Rodriguez is kind of like Smith through Latin America. How are we going to know we're going to get the right one?
Well, that's right. Any Rodriguez is going to come. Is one that's going to come and try and sell us Chevrolets or something. You know,
Sure.
It's really cheap, but it's great.
We'll have to audition them. All right, now another big thing in the social media at the moment is to do with a monkey. In fact, would you believe that, I'll just bring this up here. Have you lost a super monkey is the Facebook webpage, and we'll see if we can just bring that up as well. No, that's not working very well.
It's on mine.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, well, I did have it, but
I've got your kids there as well, aren't they?
Oh, there they are. Oh, those cute little things. So, Super Monkey is his name.
I keep my super monkey in a cage, so no, I haven't lost him.
Okay, all right. Now,
when I hear Let's Save Super, I just think of Lost Superannuation.
Oh, there we go. Look, there's Let's Save Super Monkey.
Cute.
So apparently somebody has lost Super Monkey, probably a little kid, and somebody set up a Facebook page so that we can actually find Super Monkey's owner and get him back together.
Well, here's the thing. Can you actually have such thing as abusing a super monkey? Because they put him on a turntable. I mean, just moments after this picture, he was vomiting everywhere. I don't know whether we should be encouraging this kind of behaviours with another child's toy.
Well, all right. Well, time for Candace to actually do a social media recap for us. Candace, you've got some Pope memes.
Indeed, we've been away for a little while, sunning ourselves in all sorts of locations here, Jelly. Of course you are. But anyway, lots has happened while we've been away, and that includes the major changes to the Catholic Church. One Pope has retired and another Pope has started in a puff of white smoke. It's all been happening, and of course the memes came a-flowing. So as Benedict, the 16th, Benedict the 16th, as he retired, of course, we got the predictable jokes about he's giving up the papacy for Lent. And as the new Pope Francis came on board, we were also getting sorts of commentary around the controversial stances of the Catholic Church when it comes to homosexuality and abortion and birth control. Whatever you think about those things, they are controversial. And but one of the things that the internet really loves is a conspiracy. And while the Pope Francis in his former sort of civilian life was known as George Bergoglio, some think that he may actually be George Bluth, who is the bumbling patriarch from the very popular TV series Arrested Development, played by the actor Jeffrey Tambor. As we can see here, it's stunning. They really do look quite alike. And there's not just one photo. There are dozens and dozens and dozens and more popping up all the time. And of course, Twitter has jumped on board with the whole trend. And we'll tell you a bit more about that one later. When it comes to TV and the internet, we're still on that one. And fans of the TV show Veronica Mars have gone crazy, it seems. Veronica Mars is a show that was canned in 2007 after around about 3 seasons, I think it was, and feel free to correct me on Twitter if I'm wrong. But the fans of this show have collectively pledged more than $3.5 million, as you can see here, to fund a Veronica Mars movie. Why? Well, it seems that the star of the show, Kristen Bell, and the creator, Rob Thomas, not Matchbox 20 Rob Thomas, but a completely different Rob Thomas, are keen to do the project. So they asked Warner Brothers whether they'd be interested in distributing the movie and got a pretty lukewarm reception. So to gauge the interest among the fan base, they asked the fans to put their money where their mouth is and set up this account on Kickstarter. Within 48 hours, it was smashing all sorts of records. It's the largest film project ever embarked upon for Kickstarter, and also the first project to reach $2 million, the absolute fastest. How will it go? We don't really know. My personal opinion is that the box office response will be something like this.
Well, that was a 100-foot fall down a cliff for that guy, so I hope he ended up okay there. Right, you tonight want to bring up something about some online classifieds or something.
The funny thing about the internet is that we so often see the disaster unfold, but we never actually find out what happened afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah, we've got to clean that up.
Well, look, social media, of course, includes many different things. It can include phone apps like Blender. There's games on the phone now where you can join teams of other people you don't know around different locations here in Perth. There's also places you can chat, such as far beyond your MSN chat and your Facebook chat. Craigslist is one of the original message boards where people used to connect, and it's still alive and still here in Perth. And I think for its amusement value, it's certainly worth checking in with every now and again. Now, if you go to the personal section, there's a few different categories. You can, of course, post things for sale, but that's boring. We want to find human stories, human interest stories. Strictly Plutonic, you can go there if you want a friend to go and have a coffee with. Casual Encounters if you'd like to meet somebody and literally meet somebody. Or Missed Connections if perhaps you've been out driving or sitting in a bus. You must be 18, by the way, if you are going on these to view some of the things. And look, if you're a little sensitive, don't click on anything with pictures.
Possibly adult-oriented.
But if we have a look, Girl at West Perth bus stop. Here's an interesting example of the kind of thing you can use Craigslist for, and I think it's really being underutilised. Gorgeous girl with streaked hair waiting a bus stop on Kings Park Road. I caught your eye driving past in my black Prado. Even when I turned the corner, you were checking me out.
Hello.
Long shot as always, but hope you're a dirty girl and you touch base.
Hang
Look,
on,
I don't even know what
hang
touch
on.
base
As
means.
far as I know, Candace drives a black Prado.
Hilarious.
Is that
No,
true?
absolutely not. But I can tell you exactly what she was thinking when she looked at him around the corner. What an absolute small penised person to be driving a
come
car
on.
like that.
How are you supposed to meet people if you can't do it on Craigslist?
But the fun thing is, it's great to watch. And look, and if you are a fan of trolling, as is Jason, I'm sure you could certainly have some great fun with some creative posts. So go and have a look. Craigslist Perth. There's one in every city, but certainly well worth a look and to have a bit of fun.
All right.
People's
Now,
emotions.
Candace, hashtags have been popular on Twitter for a long time, but apparently they're coming to Facebook.
Indeed. So the social media giant Facebook appears to feel a little threatened, perhaps, or is certainly taking notes about social media from the Twitter mob over there. As you correctly say, Jace, they're looking to implement hashtags. That's the word on the street, according to Gawker anyway. And other recent changes include the ability on Facebook pages to schedule your posts, which is going to allow PR people from around the world to flood your timelines at all times of the day.
Spammers!
One of the dangers of that, of course, is if said PR person hasn't adjusted their time zone correctly, you may be getting weird posts at 4 in the morning, which is going to be fine because we're going to be sleeping anyway, so not too much of an issue there. Moving on, and while we all know that the internet is absolutely awash with all sorts of cats, this one really takes the cake. Let me move over this side here so we can see you a little bit. This is Grumpy Cat, also known as Tard, short for tartar sauce, not for anything horribly. We're not talking about that.
I don't think it's short for, what, Tartalicious?
Hey, who knows? You have to ask the owners. The owners are based in Arizona in the States and started posting pictures of Grumpy Cat, as they call him, in about September last year, and has absolutely gone like the clappers. Has his own Tumblr account, has a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of memes as a result, hundreds and thousands of memes. Absolutely hilarious. Definitely worth a check out. Tribute videos as well, believe it or not, and people wanting their own cats to sort of emulate Grumpy Cat and hopefully bring them the dollars that I'm sure Grumpy Cat is bringing in. Now, when it comes to TV, we TV people are usually pretty generous with shout-outs. For example, happy birthday to my colleague Steph. But sometimes it can go horribly wrong, and this US weatherman has absolutely fallen for the oldest trick in the book.
Christy and Joe Horton, 9th anniversary, and Hugh Janus turning 10. We'd mentioned...
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. It's one of those. It's one of those.
I totally fell for it, didn't I? People ask sometimes, you guys tape this show, right? No, folks, this is proof. It's live. We would re-rack and start all over if we could.